Hi everyone, it's Joy from Brisbane Lashes. I just wanted to give you a quick demo on some taping techniques and how I like to apply iPads, especially for students if you've forgotten. So I've got some thin iPads here. I've got the lovely Nicole. So what I want you to do is after you unpack the iPads, hold it lightly on the outer edges, attach in the center of the eye. So that means touch the skin underneath the lashes, and then I want you to place the sides down at the same time and wrap that around. I also want you to keep your thumb on this corner here just to hold that down flat, because we all know what it's like when the iPad bubbles in here. It's very hard to apply lashes to the inner corner. So I've got 6 pieces of pre-prepared tape. We'll probably only need 4, but I do like to have some extra just in case some lower lashes slip out. Alright, so hold it lightly on the outer edges, and then I want you to line up the edge of the tape with the edge of the waterline and not overlapping the waterline. So hold those lashes down and make sure they're sitting flat. So attach in the center, sides come down at the same time, and fingers and thumb move outwards. So if your finger and thumb is moving outwards at the same time, it's less likely to get stuck to one hand and then move around too much. So down and thumb and fingers out at the same time. And then quickly repeat for the other side. Nicole, you can close your eyes for me. Let your clients close their eyes, that way they're not going to start watering, and open again. So attaching in the center first, underneath all of the lower lashes, sides come down, make sure that thumb is pushing into that corner next to the nose. And then quickly going in with the tape, holding lightly on the outer edges and forcing those lashes down so they sit flat against the iPad. I had one slip out, but I'll get my extra piece of tape if I need that later. Okay, slowly close your eyes for me. Next thing I want you to do is flip up the iPad. So this will make it more comfortable under the cheek area for your clients. So when I say flip, I mean flip up all the way, but we just want to keep that inner edge attached. So holding on the outer edges, flip all the way up, just like that, and then placing down again. If you're worried you've let some lashes come out, just lift up on the inner and outer edges. Alright, so we'll flip this side up too. So holding the outer edges, flipping all the way up, and then placing down again. So if you're noticing on the inner corners there's a bit of shadowing and you can't see much of the inner corner, flip up and rotate. So we'll just check the inner corner to make sure there's no lashes hiding underneath the iPad. You can check the outers as well. So Nicole, is that comfortable for you? Yep. I've pre-prepared 4 pieces of tape and I've made tabs on the edges, which means I've folded the edge down. So that way when we're peeling it off the client's skin, we don't have to pick away with tweezers or our nails. Okay, so what I want you to do is lift the lids up. We use this on a lot of clients. Nicole doesn't really need it because her natural lashes already slightly curled and they don't sit flat against the iPads, but I'll show you what it looks like anyway. So the first thing I need to do is just hold it where the tab is. We want to avoid touching the tape where possible with our fingers. So quite close to the lash line, I want you to tap and lift just a little bit, place down. When you're rubbing over the skin, make sure you're not rubbing over the brow, that way it won't stick too much to the brows and take any hairs out when you're removing the tape. So one on the inner corner as well, tap and lift just a tiny bit. It's a good idea to check from the front to make sure your client's eyes aren't open as well. Repeating on the other side, tap and lift. Make sure when you're placing the tape down we don't rub over the eyebrows. Tap and lift. When you're removing the tape, make sure you support the skin as you go. We don't want to lift up and not support the skin because you can actually damage the skin and stretch it. So support the skin, peeling to the side. When it's over the brows, make sure you peel the tape off in the same direction that the brow hairs are pointing towards. If you peel in the opposite direction, that's going to wax out some of the hair. So supporting the skin. If you're worried your tape is too sticky, make sure you de-tack on the paper towel. Please don't de-tack on their skin or your own skin, it's not hygienic. So supporting the skin. So there's a few different ways you can tape up or tape to the side to get these tricky inner corner lashes. So one way you can do it is get your piece of tape, create tabs on the edge, slide that down the center like that, and then drag out to the side like this. So that's a lot more spread out now. Another thing you can do is lift the lid up as well. This will release any lashes trapped under the eye pads. Check to make sure the eye isn't open. So another way you can do it is grab another piece of tape, make sure you make tabs, fold that down, halfway across the eye, tap and drag outwards, like so. Lift up that inner corner, and then you can create your border again. If there's one small section that you're having trouble with, or you're running out of time and there's lots of lashes in one area that you need to do, you can create a second border as well and drag those lashes out the other direction. So just come in a little bit closer with the camera. When you're ready to take the tape off, remember to always peel the tape off in the same direction that the hair is pointing towards. Support the skin. And then supporting the skin again. So you can use that same method to get to the outer edge as well. So slide that down the center, taping to the side. So you can use that same method across the whole eye. I use it a lot towards the end of an appointment if I spot a little gap that's got lots of naked lashes in it. Just helps make the lash line a lot less crowded. So poor Nicole has some damage from a past lash application that didn't go so well. So she started using the lash growth serum. So if you do have a client who has a lot of patchy lashes, make sure you recommend that they use a really good lash growth serum just to help those natural lashes grow back as quickly as possible. So remember earlier we taped down the natural lashes, so make sure you don't rip off the eye pads without taking the tape off first. So use your flat foot tweezers. Prefer using the flat foot because it's a bit safer around this area here when we're going in. Peeling down towards the chin. If you peel up this way, you can rip out the natural lashes. So one layer at a time, holding the iPad down. Doesn't matter which side of the tape you're peeling off first, but if you notice you're going and taking it off and it gets stuck, just start from the other edge. Supporting the iPad as well. So remember, one layer at a time. Peeling down towards the chin. Please don't remove the iPads until you've fanned away any vapors that may still be hanging around. If you take the iPads off before fanning, your clients will probably open their eyes